Hello, how's everyone doing? Today I'm going to be giving a video class on how to set up my data report database volume 2.5. So as you can see, this is my personal computer, not my government computer. So I just want to give a fair warning that my computer runs a little bit slow. So when we're using my database, there might be a little slight delay, but on your government computers, it won't have that much delay. So we're going to get started. So just double click on the database, let it open itself. So on this database, I want to pretty much go straight into the point on how to set it up. I will have a second video, and that second video is going to go through the whole tutorial of how to use the actual database, because there's a lot of new updates. So once the database opens, first thing you're going to get to is going to be an agreement and a disclaimer. So if you agree with it, just click agree. If you disagree, once you click a disagree, it's going to close the whole database. Once you click agree, it's going to prompt you into using the actual database. So we're going to be using it, so click agree. So once you open my database, first thing I want to go over, in case to the previous users of my old database and then the new users who are going to be using it, I'm going to go real quick on the legend. So if you click on the left side of the computer right here where I'm pointing my mouse and it says instructions how to set up your database, I'm going to be giving you a video. But in here, it has a PowerPoint on pretty much how you set it up. But I want to go over the legend. So any badge that you see throughout the database, just like this one, if you notice, it goes into a hand, and this one is just a plus sign. That means that when you click on it, it's going to take you home. Anyone that has a box like a yellow box with red borderline is that means it's a drop down. This one is going to be different. It's going to be blue, so that means you could type on it. When you click on red, it's going to be reset, and then the blue is going to be for print. And obviously any box like this is going to be a tab. There might be different colors, just that I color code them differently. All right, so we're going to get started. So first thing we're going to go is going to be something new that I have set up on this database, is the import data. So once you click on it, it's going to prompt you into this different page. So here's some little important information that you might want to see when you're using it for the first time or updating it, but it's okay because I'm gonna go over how to set it up. All right, so first thing we want to do once you open the database is create a folder. So now you're gonna have a folder particular for this database, where the database is gonna be able to import the information that you want it to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on this tab where it says open MDRDB folder. MDRDB stands for my data report database. So we're gonna open it. So it's gonna take you to this folder. Once you open it, if you notice, it's saying this PC and documents. Well, we don't want to be here. We actually want to be at this location right here where it says user public documents and MDRDB. So we're gonna create one. So what we're gonna do first thing is we're gonna click on this PC. I know that I'm using my actual personal and not a government, but it's pretty simple. You're gonna have same thing. You're gonna have a computer image, and it's gonna have some weird numbers and wording. So like I'm stationed at Fort Drum, so it says drum blah blah blah, some quotes or whatever. Same thing, just click on it, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna look for Windows where it says parentheses Charlie, which that's where we want to be at, Charlie, not Delta, Echo, or anything. We want to be at Charlie for your computer. So I'll double click on that. Next thing we're going to look is for users. Double click on users. Next thing is public. You double click on public, and next thing is public documents. And you double click on public documents. Well, once you get over here, there's no folder set up for the actual database. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one. So right click, select new, and go into folder. Once you click folder, you're going to be able to put a name to that folder. So we're going to put in capital letters Mike Delta Romeo Delta Bravo, and that's it. Then just click outside of it, and boom, there it is. So now when we double click on that folder, if you notice, we're in the actual directory where we want to be at, which is your computer, users, public documents, and the actual folder for the database. All right, so to make sure that we're there and double check that we did it right, just X out at that location and click on the folder for the database. So once we click on that, boom, it's going to be in the location we want to be, which is exactly where we want to be at. All right, once we're there, you're going to have 4 text documents that you need to have in order for you to utilize the database to the potential that is required. So what we're going to do is we're going to create 4 text documents. 2 of them are going to be given by me every time there's a new SRB or new in and out call, and it's going to be on the AKO folder, right? So what we're going to do is right click, go on new, and you're going to go on text document because everything here is going to be saved as text. So the first one, we're going to call it PERDB for your PERDB, just like that. Then we're going to do another one. So right click, go on new, and go on text document. And then the next one we're going to call it is going to be on orders, just like that. All right, make sure that they're in capital letters and they're spelled in this same way, which is in the PowerPoint as well. So once you download the database, you're going to have 2 files, which is going to be the SRB and in and out call. So in here, I already have them downloaded. I'm using 2 screens, so you can't see my second screen. So I'm going to drag it since I already have it saved. And the first one is going to be SRB, and the next one is going to be in and out. So that's my in and out calls and my SRB. All right, so now I have my 4 text documents that I need. 2 of them, like I said, is going to be provided by me, and the other 2 are something that you're going to have to update. You know, I would recommend probably every month to make sure you get the most up-to-date information by your battalion, or whatever soldiers you're trying to use when you're utilizing the database. All right, so now we're going to exit, and now we're going to import. So you got 2 boxes. You got the import, and you got the clear. So once again, I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. Clear obviously is going to be to clear that information for whatever information that you're clearing in here where it states, and then the second one is going to be to import the information that we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to import first the SRB, which is right here, right? Which says SRB. So simply just click on it, and then just drag this to the left, and then boom, here it is. Here's the SRB. So it's gonna have the mil per message and the rest of the information for the SRB. I would strongly recommend not to touch with this. Don't try to put your own codes and everything, because then, you know, it's just gonna damage the database. So just leave it as is. Don't touch it. And like I said, once there's a new SRB, I will push it out, and it'll be in the AKO file, where all you got to do is download it and put it into the actual folder and import, and then clear the SRB and import it. So as you can see, now we have something on SRB, right? So what happens if we have a new SRB and we want to import it? Well, simply just clear it. So right now it's not going to take you to that page. So you just click clear once, and then it's clear. And then these columns, this little tabs over here, those are for the data for that is imported into the database. So if we want to make sure that we see that there's nothing on the SRB, we just go into the SRB data, we click on it, and as you can see, there's nothing in here. So you clear the SRB, and then you go into the folder. You know, you could go ahead and delete, you know, the SRB, and then drag the next, you know, if so let's say we just deleted it, then we go back and we import the new SRB, which is going to be named like this on the AKO file. Then all we do is close it. We're going to go and import the SRB, and boom, now it's in there again, and you're pretty much set to utilize the stuff for the SRB. So we're going to do this for the in and out calls. All right, so now we have the in and out calls. Like I said, sorry, it takes a little bit. There's a little delay on my computer, but we'll get through it. All right, so now we have the in and out calls, and now we're gonna import the PeerDB, right? But we don't have nothing on PeerDB, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open the PeerDB. So as you can see, it's blank, right? So, you know, like I said, you're gonna have to do your pull from retain. You know, we know that we got to do only 6 months at a time. So just for the video not to take too long, I already did my pull. So I'm gonna show you on what you got to do to save it into that text document, right? So here it is. I have it saved on Excel, and you could do this pretty much. You could save it in text or you could save it in Excel. It don't matter. But when you're doing your pull, but when you're gonna save it, make sure you save in a text, which that's why we have the folder set up here, which is saved in text. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply, so this is my PeerDB pool already. Don't worry, all the socials are wrong and all this information is not correct. So I'm just made up some stuff in here. So we're gonna click on this arrow where he's pointing out to the whole sales, right click and copy, right? And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring down the text document. So this is your PeerDB text, and then just start at the beginning and paste it. So if you notice, all this is not going to be in order. They're going to be, you know, it's going to look a little weird. So it's okay because the database is going to put it, is going to do its job and set it up correctly. So all you got to do is exit out, make sure you save, and you save under this document, you know, where it's user public document, my database and PeerDB text, and then save it. All right. So now when we open the PeerDB, now we have information. So we're going to do the same thing for your on orders. So you know that on your on orders, we get the on orders get updated every Tuesday. So I would recommend that you do this every Tuesday. Same thing, just put the date, whatever dates you want to put your on orders, and then just the whole thing, and you'll be done. So we're going to do it to show you. So I'm going to bring, so this was my PeerDB. Like I said, this is like for my little video class. So I already have some stuff set up. Once again, these are all fake socials, and then I just made up some stuff. All right, so we're gonna copy. We already have our orders, and same thing, right click, correction, and right click, and then paste, and boom. So some are gonna be in order, some are not. And then just save it. You could X or you could do file save. I just X, and then he's already gonna save to the location we're at. So now we're open it again, and then boom, here it is. All right, one thing I wanted to cover also on the PeerDB, there's only certain things you're gonna have to pull for the PeerDB. So we'll see, which is also in my PowerPoint, and you're gonna see in here that this is the only information that is required to pull. Anything extra is not gonna work, and it also has to be in this particular order. If it's not in order, the database is not gonna work. All right, so now we're gonna go and import the PeerDB and my on orders report. All right, so once you pull the PeerDB, or correction, once you import, same thing how you do for the SRB and in and out calls, just simply click on the PeerDB. So this might take a little bit, you know, longer. Like I said, my computer's a little bit slow, but on the government computer is gonna be way faster. And we're just gonna wait for the process to go through. So you can see here there's a little percentage. Oh, close. All right, so now I already have my PeerDB data in here. So I know it took a little bit longer, but it's okay. Like I said, it's gonna be way smoother in the actual government computer. So once you get in here, this is all the information for your soldier. So what I would recommend is that you go and you highlight only the blue portion of it. You go into your data and then filter. All right, so in this database, I actually want to also teach counselors on how to utilize Excel. So there's a lot of things that I could do, but I'm not, because I actually want counselors to be a little more hands-on in Excel, so you kind of get a little basis on how to use Excel. So in here, I already had it set up alphabetical order, but once you put the filter only on the blue, you're gonna go and sort it out alphabetical order from A to C. But I already have it set up just to expedite the video and not take too much of your time. So this is the only information that I need. Make sure it's in this order. If it's not in this order, once again, the database is not going to work. So now we're going to go ahead and import your on orders. This one went way smoother, and here it is. I already have the on order set up in here. All right, so just click on the badge, and pretty much your information is set up to use the database. Last thing you want to do is click on the UIC, and here I already have some stuff filled out. So you know that whoever is the career counselor using this database, put your name, your rank, your name, put your UICs, the company or battery squadron, whatever they call, whatever the company you're set up for, battery, etc. The company commander, make sure it's first, middle initial, last, and their rank and their branch, the battalion, first name, the brigade, the commander, and the duty station, we state in the zip code. So all this information is from the battalion that I'm in Fort Drum. Once you have that set up, pretty much everything else is set up and you could use it. So the same tabs are the same tabs in here that you could see your data if you have data in there. So if you want to see how much UICs you have, you just click on UIC, you'll have it. Same thing for PRDB. We're going to go over the loss roster right now. The SRB, here's the SRB, the in and out calls, and your on orders. So if you click on here and there's nothing in there, then some stuff is not going to work on the database. For instance, when you're trying to pull reports or soldiers information, if you don't have your on orders, you're not going to know if the soldier's on orders. All right, and then last thing I want to cover is the loss roster. So what is the loss roster? The loss roster is this is the roster that I use, so you could be able to pull your SFL stats. So as you can see, if I go into trackers and I click on SFL tab, there's nothing in here because there's no information. Also, I do want to be advised that this database is set up for a battalion. So if you're a senior running a brigade, these stats are not going to work because, like I said, this is set up for a battalion. Just give me a email or call me, and then I could help you set up stats for your brigade. That's not a problem. I've done it before, and it doesn't take time. So this information, like I said, is going to be pulled from your UICs and pretty much for the whole database. So for your loss roster, you're going to get with your SFL tab coordinators, and which, you know, they're the ones that run the whole SFL tab. And this is just letting your battalion know if they're already enrolled in SFL tab or if they're not. So it's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to use me as an example. You're going to get this roster, and pretty much all you're going to do is copy and paste, but make sure that you have this same information in each column in order for this to work. And pretty much all you need is up to pre-separation, if they're enrolled, yes or no. The months to ETS, I have a formula set up in here that is going to tell you pretty much if, as you can see, here's the formula, if to calculate the months, but the months as in today. So it could change depending on the ETS date. So pretty much I'm gonna show you an example how it works. So I'll put my name, my rank, stats on 790, in 1st Brigade, HAC 1BCT. My UIC is, you know, I'm gonna make up the UIC, and my ETS, and once again, this is just for video purposes. I'll put my ETS is 2018 12 14. All right, now, oh, correction, it's gonna be not done in year month, it's gonna be done in day month, so it's gonna be 12 for month, 14 in year 2018. And boom, here's the months. This changed. So if I was to put July 24, 2018, is going to show I'm 1 month away from ETS as in today's date. So we're going to go back to 12/14/2018. So I'm 6 months away. And actually what I'm going to do just to show you that the tracker works is I'm going to use the UIC for HHC, right? And I'm going to use, like, if I'm in HHC 10th BSB. So this is the actual UIC. I'm going to go into the loss roster and I'll put Whiskey Delta 82T0. All right. And then I'm going to go in here and I'll change this to 10th BSB. All right. Now, if there's a pre-separation date, you're going to use this same, your SFL tab coordinator will have a date in here. If there's none, then simply it's going to be none. And you could use none like this. And then this is going to be highlighted in red. But if I have a pre-separation date, that means that I already been enrolled into the SFL tab. Let's say I got enrolled in February 14, 2017. That's when I got enrolled into SFL tab. It's not going to be highlighting red because I was enrolled. And then if there's a date here, then this has to say yes. If this is no, or correction, none, then this has to say no. Okay. Once again, as long as you have this information right here, all you got to do is pretty much copy the roster, make sure it's in this particular order for your unit, and then simply just go into the first one and then hit paste. We're not going to hit paste because that's using the other information in there. But if there is a date, once again, let's say we use 14/2018, we even put 2018, then we go in here and put yes. Then what's going to happen is once I go into the actual tracker, just remember I'm using HSC 10th BSB, or it should be, yeah, it's HSC. We go into the tracker, go in SFL tab, and there's going to be one enrolled because I'm 11 months from 11 months or less from the actual lost roster. You see, so 6 months, so it's less than 10 months. What happens if I was a none? Then we go into no. We go into the tracker, and then you're gonna have one eligible, but I'm not enrolled, so now you got 0% for that company, and it will work all across. Like I said, that's all you gotta do for the lost roster, and pretty much you're set. So yeah, like I say, if you got any other questions, this is pretty much how I set up the database. Any questions, just give me a call or email me, and I'll be more than welcome to walk you through via the phone or email. However you want to reach out, we could do another video session, and then I could help you as battalion career counselor, help out your brigade. However you want me to, I'm here to help you out. I'm just here to help out the field. So hopefully you like the new database, and like I said, I'm gonna be continue make new updates as we go through. But thank you for using the database. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I will have a second video to go over the whole tutorial. All right, have a great day.